Hi Year 9s, this time we're going to talk about plotting graphs again, but how to do it when it's in a slightly different form. So we've been talking about the fact that this is the standard form. I'm just going to change this. This is the standard form for any straight line, okay? Where this is the gradient. We know that M always means gradient, which is another word for steepness. And C is the y-intercept. So it's the bit of the graph where the graph crosses the y-axis, which is the vertical one. But what if our equation is not in this form? Well, all we have to do is put it in this form first. So let's say, for example, you were given something like this. That is not in this equation, in this form. What we want to do is make sure that we end up with y on its own. So we want y equals something. So let's try and move things away from y. We want y to be on its own. So what's in the way of y being on its own? 3x is in the way of y being on its own. So we've still got 6 over here, don't we? If we want to move that, it's currently positive 3x. So let's make it negative 3x. Now the problem with this is it's still not in the right form because we want the x bit first. So let's just rewrite it to put the x bit first. So we've still got negative 3x and positive 6. We've just reversed the order, okay? That's fine. Now we can read things straight off it. So now we know that the y-intercept is 6. So if we were going to draw it, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know that the y-intercept is going to be here. This is our y-axis, x-axis, etc. Now what we need to do is figure out the x-coordinate. So the x-intercept. Now remember, if you want to find the y-intercept, you make x equals 0. So we just did that, didn't we? So negative 3 times 0 plus 6. So negative 3 times 0 is 0 plus 6 is 6. So we just said that, didn't we? So the y-intercept is 6. Now let's have a go at doing the x-intercept. So this time we're going to make y equals 0 equals negative 3x plus 6. Now, what we're going to do is move things around until we get x on its own. So the first part we're going to move is 6. Now, if we move it to the other side, we have to do the opposite. If it's plus 6, it becomes minus 6. And we've still got negative 3x. Now, we need to get rid of this negative 3. That's in the way, isn't it? Now, if it's currently, remember, if there's no sign, it always means times. So negative 3 times x, well, we better do division on the other side. Now, what happens if we've got two negatives? They cancel each other out. So 6 divided 3 is 2. So we must know 1, 2. Our x-intercept is 2, and then we just join the dots, and we have a lovely graph. So if it's not in this form, put it in this form, okay? Let's have another go. Let's do, what do I want to do? Let's do x minus y equals 3. All right, so once again, it's not in the right form, so we need to put it in the right form. So let's move the x away from it. So we're left with negative y. We've got 3 on the other side, and if we've got positive x on this side, it becomes negative x on this side. Now this is still not in the right form because we've got negative y. We do not want negative here, so we're going to change it to y. Now remember, if you change one sign, you got to change all of them. All of them, all of them, all of them. So we end up with negative 3 and positive x. Now once again, this is not around the right way, is it? So let's put it around the right way. We want the x first. So it's still positive x and it's still negative 3. We're just going to reverse the order. Now it looks like the right form. Now we can start finding our x and y intercepts, okay? So to find, let's draw our little thing here. Y and x. So to find our y-intercept, we're going to make x equals 0. So we've got y equals 0, take 3. So y equals negative 3. So let's go down. 1, 2, 3. Negative 3. Now let's do the other one. To find our x-intercept, we make y equals 0. So 0 equals x, take 3. Now we need to move the 3, don't we? Because that's in the way. If it's negative on this side, we make it positive on this side. So 1, 2, 3, dot, join the dots. And there's our graph. So the only two bits you need to know are the x-intercept and the y-intercept, and then just join your dots. but it's really important that you get things in the right form first. So it's got to look like this. It's got to look like our original thing, okay? We've got to make sure it's in this form. Y needs to be on its own and it needs to be positive. Then we can start reading things off it. Yeah, well, hopefully that is all you need to know. So good luck with that.